Want to know why some people just don't respect you? It's not always about what you say or do on the surface. Often, it's the habits you don't even realize are diminishing your presence. Respect isn't something that's simply given. It's earned through our actions, decisions, and the way we conduct ourselves in everyday life. And it's more fragile than we think. Sometimes, without even realizing it, we fall into habits that slowly erode the respect others have for us. These habits, small but deeply damaging, can cause others to view us as weak, selfish, unreliable, or lacking in integrity. You may be the kind of person who genuinely wants to build meaningful connections, make a lasting impression, and lead with confidence. But even the most well-meaning individuals can unknowingly sabotage their own efforts when they fall into these detrimental patterns. The truth is, habits are powerful. They shape how others perceive us and often influence whether people trust and respect us, or whether they begin to see us as someone who isn't quite up to the standard they expect. This is why today we're breaking down 7 awful habits that can instantly make others look down on you, and, more importantly, how to break free from them. Inspired by Stoic philosophy, which teaches us how to face adversity with resilience, composure, and dignity, we'll explore how these seemingly small habits can be transformed into powerful opportunities for growth. Stoicism provides timeless wisdom for developing inner strength, emotional control, and self-awareness, qualities that are absolutely essential if you want to command respect and live a life of integrity. When we gain awareness of these habits, we not only unlock our full potential but also earn the trust and admiration of others. After all, respect is earned by demonstrating consistency, honor, and the strength to grow from our mistakes. So, if you're ready to level up your social game, foster genuine respect, and make lasting connections, let's dive in and discover the powerful tools you can use to reshape how others see you, and how you see yourself. 1. Constant complaining. The path of least resistance. It's easy to fall into the habit of complaining. Life can be frustrating, and venting sometimes feels like the only release. But when it becomes routine, it starts to erode both your self-image and how others see you. Complaining rarely solves problems. Instead, it reinforces a mindset of helplessness, making you appear passive and incapable of handling life's challenges. Over time, people begin to associate you with negativity and avoid your energy altogether. The Stoics warned against this very thing. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." Complaining is a refusal to revoke that estimate. It's a choice to focus on what's wrong instead of what you can change. When you make that your habit, you show others that your emotions control you, not the other way around. Instead of complaining, build a habit of reflection. Ask yourself, is this within my control? If it is, take action. If not, let it go. Respect is earned through calm resilience, not emotional noise. You don't gain admiration by pointing out problems. You gain it by becoming the kind of person who solves them without drama. Start a simple gratitude practice to rewire your focus. Even 3 things a day can change your perspective. This subtle shift not only improves your mindset but also reshapes how others see you. Grounded, composed, and focused on solutions. Stop complaining and start commanding your energy. 2. Making excuses instead of taking responsibility. We've all made excuses at some point. It's a natural defense mechanism to protect our ego when things go wrong. But over time, this habit becomes a trap. Every excuse we make distances us from growth and chips away at the respect others have for us. People aren't fooled for long. They can see when someone avoids ownership, and eventually, they stop trusting or depending on that person. You may think you're saving face, but you're actually losing credibility. Stoic philosophy teaches us that personal accountability is at the core of strength. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." That reaction, your ownership of the moment, is what shapes your character. Excuses deflect responsibility outward, implying that your actions, or inactions, were out of your hands. But this only reinforces a victim mindset. Respect, on the other hand, is built on the ability to say, "Yes, I made a mistake, and here's what I'm doing about it." Taking responsibility doesn't mean being perfect. It means being honest with yourself and others. It shows maturity, courage, and the desire to improve. These are the traits people admire. When you own your actions, even the missteps, you demonstrate integrity. And in a world full of blame shifting, that makes you stand out. Next time you're tempted to make an excuse, pause and ask, what part of this do I control? Even if it's just your response, that's where your power lies. Choose to be the person who owns their role in every situation, good or bad, and you'll find that respect starts to follow you naturally. 3. Being dishonest or manipulative. Trust is the foundation of all meaningful relationships, and dishonesty is one of the fastest ways to break it. Whether it's telling white lies, twisting the truth to avoid consequences, or manipulating others to serve your own interests, these actions slowly corrode the respect people have for you. You might get away with it once or twice, but over time, patterns reveal themselves. People begin to sense that you aren't trustworthy, and once that impression sets in, it's hard to undo. From a Stoic standpoint, integrity is not optional, it's essential. Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of living in accordance with one's values, noting that nothing is more noble than a mind that governs itself with honesty. When you live dishonestly, you betray not only others but also yourself. You fracture your inner peace and lose alignment with your core principles. That disconnect makes it nearly impossible to earn or keep respect. Instead of hiding behind lies or bending the truth to your advantage, try radical honesty. That doesn't mean being harsh or unkind. It means being authentic, transparent, and accountable. If you made a mistake, own it. If you're unsure about something, say so. The truth may be uncomfortable in the short term, but it builds long-term respect and credibility. Ask yourself regularly, am I showing up in this moment as someone others can trust? That simple question can guide your choices and keep you grounded in honesty. Over time, your integrity will speak louder than any clever words ever could. 4. Being emotionally uncontrolled. The slavery of external events. Losing control of your emotions, lashing out in anger, reacting impulsively, or drowning in anxiety, signals a lack of inner discipline. While everyone feels strong emotions, not everyone manages them well. If you're easily provoked or constantly overwhelmed, others may start to see you as unstable, unpredictable, or emotionally immature. That unpredictability erodes trust and, with it, respect. Stoicism teaches that the highest form of power is self-mastery. Epictetus said, "Any person capable of angering you becomes your master." This quote speaks volumes. When your emotions rule your behavior, you surrender your freedom. You become a slave to whatever or whoever is pressing your buttons. Stoics aim to develop equanimity, a calm, stable mind unaffected by the chaos around them. Emotional control doesn't mean suppression. It means awareness and intentionality. It means pausing before reacting, choosing reason over impulse, and staying grounded even in difficult moments. This calm presence is rare and deeply respected. People are drawn to those who remain centered under pressure. To build this, start practicing emotional mindfulness. Before reacting, ask, is this response helping or hurting? Give yourself space to respond rather than react. That one moment of pause can transform conflict into clarity and elevate how others perceive you. Over time, your consistency and self-mastery will command silent respect, even from those who once tested your patience. 5. Neglecting self-improvement. Stagnation leads to disrespect. When you stop growing, people notice. Neglecting self-improvement doesn't just stunt your progress. It sends a silent message to the world that you've given up on becoming better. It suggests you're comfortable with mediocrity, and over time, this erodes how seriously others take you. In contrast, those who strive for growth, even in small, consistent ways, earn admiration. Why? Because effort shows character. Seneca, one of the great Stoic thinkers, said, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." Stoicism views life as a continuous path of refinement. There is no end point, only better versions of yourself waiting to be uncovered. If you're not working towards something, you're not just standing still, you're slipping backward. Stagnation is invisible at first, but soon it becomes obvious in how you speak, how you carry yourself, and how others respond to you. Self-improvement doesn't have to be dramatic. It's about showing up with the intention to grow. That could mean reading for 10 minutes a day, improving your communication skills, working on your physical health, or learning to manage your time more effectively. These small actions, compounded over time, create massive shifts, not only in your life, but in how others perceive your value. Ask yourself, where have I stopped growing, and why? Be honest, then make a plan. Start small, stay consistent, and stay humble. A person who invests in themselves sends a powerful signal. I respect myself, and others should too. 6. Being self-centered and arrogant. The illusion of superiority. Few things damage respect more quickly than arrogance. When you act like the smartest person in the room, dismiss others' opinions, or constantly redirect conversations back to yourself, you isolate the very people whose respect you seek. Arrogance isn't confidence. It's a mask for insecurity, and people can sense the difference. True confidence is quiet. Arrogance is loud and off-putting. The Stoics believed deeply in humility. They understood that we are all part of something bigger, that no one is inherently more important than anyone else. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, regularly reminded himself, "You are a soul carrying a corpse." A powerful message from someone in the highest position of power. It's a reminder that ego is the enemy, and humility is strength. Being self-centered blocks connection. It keeps you from seeing the needs, strengths, and humanity of others. Respect, on the other hand, is earned through empathy and understanding. When you listen without trying to one-up, when you offer value without expecting something in return, you cultivate a presence that people gravitate toward. You stop trying to impress, and instead, you start to inspire. Each day, ask, how can I be of service to someone else today? Whether it's offering help, giving credit, or simply listening, those small acts of humility build enormous respect. Drop the illusion of superiority, and you'll find something far more powerful. Genuine connection and enduring admiration. 7. Refusing to apologize or own mistakes. The prison of pride. No one is perfect, but how you handle your imperfections says everything about you. Refusing to apologize or take responsibility for your mistakes is one of the fastest ways to lose respect. Why? Because it shows that you value your pride more than the truth, more than growth, and more than your relationships. And people don't respect those who hide behind ego. Stoicism teaches that admitting faults is a form of wisdom, not weakness. Epictetus wrote, "If someone does wrong, teach them with kindness, not hatred." That includes how we treat ourselves. When you mess up, and you will, be honest. Apologizing doesn't diminish your value. In fact, it proves you have enough inner strength to acknowledge your flaws and correct them. People deeply admire those who can admit when they're wrong without defensiveness. It shows emotional intelligence, maturity, and self-awareness. In contrast, a refusal to own up to your actions makes you seem rigid, insecure, and untrustworthy. Apologies open doors. They repair relationships and invite respect through vulnerability. So the next time you fall short, pause your pride and ask, what's more important, being right or doing right? Say sorry. Mean it. Make it right. That one act can do more for your reputation than 100 excuses ever could. And over time, this practice of humility and ownership becomes one of your greatest strengths. Absolutely. Commanding respect isn't just about what we say or do in the moment. It's about the quiet consistency of our habits and choices. Stoic wisdom offers a timeless framework for living with integrity, emotional control, and purpose. By aligning our daily actions with these principles, we build a life that naturally attracts respect. It's about embracing responsibility, making honest reflections, and cultivating the inner strength to face challenges without being swayed by external circumstances. As you start making small shifts towards self-mastery, you'll notice how it impacts not just your relationships, but your sense of fulfillment and inner peace. The Stoics understood that the road to true respect is not through dominance or force, but through quiet confidence, empathy, and a commitment to personal growth. By focusing on consistent improvement and owning your actions, good and bad, you create an environment where respect isn't just earned, it's inevitable. It's all about showing up as the best version of yourself every day, even in small ways. Ready to dive deeper into Stoic wisdom and start reshaping how others perceive you? You're already on the right track. Now it's about staying consistent with those Stoic principles that will help elevate your life and relationships. Keep going.